Hello Trovers, my name is Venatrix and I'm a moderator for the Trovo Discord server. This video is a comprehensive guide for all the community guidelines you need to follow if you are a member of the Discord community. The purpose of this server is to provide a friendly environment for you to have conversations with other streamers, provide feedback and bug reports, get community support, participate in events, stay up to date on news, and so much more. In order to maintain a clean and professional environment for all members to enjoy, a set of community guidelines have been established to uphold this standard. All members must abide by these guidelines, which they automatically acknowledge and accept in full upon joining the server. Members found to have violated or circumvented the community guidelines will receive an official warning and/or a temporary or permanent suspension of their privilege to send messages and/or participate in the server, depending upon the individual situation and the severity of the circumstances. Content that violates these guidelines will be removed. The moderation team reserves the right to interpret the guidelines at its sole discretion, ultimately decide whether to apply punishments and decide their type and duration, as well as to provide no explanation or information regarding their decisions and actions. In some cases, which go beyond the guidelines, moderators can warn or suspend certain members even if their actions formally do not fall under the current prohibitions and restrictions. The community guidelines are separated into 8 different categories that are as following: content and behavior, flooding, spamming, and trolling, language, advertising, threats and insults, voice channels, moderation, and terms of service. Each of these categories has their own subsections and disciplinary actions, which I will be reviewing individually. Content and behavior. This category includes abusing, harassing, making personal attacks, or behaving disrespectfully towards other users, purposefully starting, picking fights or inappropriate arguments, or flaming, social, religious, political, illegal, sexual, or other controversial and inappropriate content that may create controversy or offense, racist or nationalistic implications that may create offense to a certain nation, ethnic, religious, or racial group, illegal or copyrighted content, law violations, cheats, hacks, Trojan horses, or malicious programs, applications, or content related to the aforementioned, begging in any form, visual content such as emojis, pictures, and videos that cause epilepsy and/or seizure, sending messages and content in wrong channels, distribution of other users' personal information without their prior consent, excessive usage of special characters and usernames. If a user is found to have participated in such actions, they will either be officially warned, temporarily muted starting from 1 day, or permanently suspended. Flooding, spamming, and trolling. This category includes excessive markdown usage, excessive capitalization, excessively long messages, excessively communicating the same phrase, similar phrases, or pure gibberish, sending numerous messages in a short time frame, whether accidentally or with malicious intent, purposeful provocation, either explicitly or implicitly, of other users. If a user is found to have participated in such actions, they will either be officially warned or temporarily muted starting from 1 hour. Language. This category includes use of languages other than English in non-language channels, transliteration and intentionally distorted or illiterate language, explicit cursing and profanities, delayed cursing and profanities, whether partly covered or just implied, circumvention of appropriate language filters or blacklisted words. If a user is found to have participated in such actions, they will either be officially warned or temporarily muted starting from 1 hour. Advertising. This category includes all things related to advertisement and promotions. Users are not allowed to use content or send messages, whether in the server or privately to server members, that advertise or solicit, either explicitly or implicitly, any non-beneficial, non-Trovo-related businesses, organizations, website, or services, or that provide direct links to said external resources. If a user is found to have participated in such actions, they will either be officially warned, temporarily muted starting from 1 day, or permanently suspended. Threats and insults. This category includes suicidal encouragement, explicit death, real-life threats, or other types of threats and insults, veiled or implied death, real-life threats, or other types of threats and insults. If a user is found to have participated in such actions, they will either be temporarily muted starting from 3 days or permanently suspended. Voice channels. This category includes purposefully causing irritating noise, voice, or distorted or very loud sound, playing songs through a microphone or otherwise in voice channels that are not intended for music, randomly joining voice channels with the sole intention of causing a disturbance or trolling, playing inappropriate or excessively long songs, or purposefully provoking other listeners by skipping current songs or otherwise, using voice changer or text-to-speech software, recording voice conversations without everyone's prior consent. Please note that voice channels are not actively monitored. Users are free to make use of the built-in mute functionality should they feel disturbed. However, in the case of severe violations, moderating measures will be applied depending upon the situation and the severity of circumstances. Moderation. This category includes impersonating or acting as moderators or staff members, regardless of the reason, negatively portraying the moderation team, providing false information or issuing false reports to moderators, antagonizing or encouraging users to violate the guidelines, or purposefully attempting to get a specific user punished, asking or begging to be granted the position of moderator or any other position within the moderation team, discussing moderators' decisions and actions, or discussing disciplinary actions taken against the user in public. If a user is found to have participated in such actions, they will either be temporarily muted starting from 3 days or permanently suspended. Any complaints or reports regarding moderators' behavior may be sent privately to Area 403. Terms of service. This category includes major violations of Discord's terms of service and major violations of Trovo's terms of service. If a user is found to have participated in such actions, they will be permanently suspended. If you have any additional questions or need further clarification regarding the community guidelines, feel free to direct message any of the official moderators. See you in the Discord!